I love having you in the guest chair.
Thank you.
This is great. You never rest, by the way. Next weekend, you're doing the Roots Picnic yet again.
Yeah.
Another annual the Roots Picnic in Philly with headliner Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Come on, bud.
Jay-Z together. Yeah. Yeah.
How long? I know you guys are tight. How long have you known Jay-Z?
We've been working with him since like 2001, I think, like
Jeez.
25 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. It's going to be a massive
Yes.
Roots Picnic. Yeah. Well, you have your fourth documentary also coming out now. This is called Earth, Wind, and Fire: To Be Celestial versus That's the Weight of the World.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you explain the title?
I like long titles.
You do.
So I think.
Yeah, you really do.
Well, all my films have these, Summer Soul, or The Revolution Could Not Be Televised, or Sly Lives, AKA The Burden of Black Genius, or Ladies and Gentlemen, 50 Years of SNL Music.
Yes.
I think it stems from, I'm a big fan of Rocky and Bullwinkle. And at the end of every episode will be a cliffhanger. And it'll be like Bullwinkle's head inside of a guillotine, and they'll say, stay tuned for next week for some pun, like, ask me another, or yeah, like,
no
heads you lose, yeah.
Dude,
So
that's
I
a
think
deep
really
cut.
what it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And what do these two titles mean? The celestial.
Well, I mean, it gives you a synopsis of the film, and sort of, I wanted to make a film. I think the times that we live in now, we have a choice to make. I mean, the short version is we either go high or go low. And Earth, Wind, and Fire, they were a celestial band. They're the parents that tricked you into eating your vegetables, or basically they tricked their audience into positivity.
Yeah.
Because they're a metaphysical group, and when you sing their lyrics, by default, you're kind of singing affirmations.
Yeah.
So
you feel good.
Yeah, and so I
You
pretty
shine
much,
a star.
yeah,
No matter who you are.
Yes, everything is an affirmation. And so this is what that band is about. I wanted to know what made them that.
I know that you love them, and we've referenced them on the show before many times.
Yeah.
But this is diving deep into it. I mean, you had access to stuff that no one's seen before. Do you learn anything? Because I know you know everything about every song and every music. You're an encyclopedia. Do you actually go, oh, I actually didn't know that?
Probably the most shocking, because this is a band so ubiquitous, but we don't know about them personally. I didn't know that for the first maybe 2 to 3 years. It was a struggle. So, a great example, their very first show as the Earth, Wind, and Fire that we know it, they had different configurations, but the version that we know, unfortunately, was in my hometown of Philadelphia. And we are world famous for booing.
You did not boo Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I mean, we booed everybody.
I know, it's Philly,
famous.
yeah.
Beyonce, Santa Claus, everybody
Philly is
did
good.
it.
Santa Claus, I remember you threw snowballs at Santa Claus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Earth, Wind, and Fire
Wow.
was just a different looking band. Everyone, had on suits and, tailor-made and all this stuff. And they came out, with these space dashikis. And so the second they got on...
Yeah, didn't they used to dress like aliens?
Well, yeah. I mean, they introduced, Afrofuturism to the mainstream. And so they get on stage, and instantly Philly's like, boo, like throwing stuff and jeering them. And they did something genius. They took it, and they sat on the stage in the lotus position for 8 minutes, and they wore the audience out. If you remember that clip of Bill Burr getting booed in Philadelphia?
Yes.
And then after 6 minutes, the audience respected him.
They loved him.
Same thing. They just sat on the stage, and the audience got tired of booing them. And when it was dead silent, then they became Earth, Wind, and Fire. So,
wow.
Yeah. So.
I love knowing that.
Yeah.
And the family actually gave you one of his original instruments that he used to play.
Yeah, so they allowed me inside of their massive storage space with, all the costumes and all their reels and concerts and everything. And they gifted me, so a kalimba is like an African thumb piano. And so this is his kalimba from 1976, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he would play this, the signature sound, it's out of tune, but this is one of his original kalimbas that they gifted me. And so,
whew,
yeah.
I feel even odd holding.
Yeah, so this hasn't been played in almost 50 years, but.
Oh my gosh.
This is Maurice White's kalimba.
And when, there's other things I kind of learned from the documentary too, is that their effect they've had on other musicians, including Stevie Wonder is one of the ones where I'm like, wait, I didn't know that.
So that was a shocker. So Stevie Wonder was in a coma. He was in a horrible car accident, I think in '74. And at some point there was like no hope for him, and his family was doing anything they could to revive him. And he claims that an Earth, Wind & Fire record sort of like brought him back, like his body would respond to that.
It was the first song he responded to.
And when he listened to Shining Star, which, you know, is very similar to his own I Wish. And so hearing Shining Star all that time, like he made I Wish, that was on the lead single from Songs in the Key of Life.
I mean, there's songs. I mean, Shining Star, Sing a Song, Sing a Song. September.
September, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
The 21st night of September.
Yeah.
What is September about? I do remember the 21st night, but I don't know why.
You know, it's weird.
I love that jam.
Like, sometimes the people have to decide, like, what the signature song is. Like, Earth, Wind & Fire had so many iconic songs.
Yes.
September was just a throwaway song on, like, a greatest hits record.
No way.
Maurice's son was supposed to be born on September 21st, so technically it was about the joy of him finding out that his son was going to be born, but he was born prematurely, but they still kept it the 21st day of September.
So it should have been like the 17th day of September?
Maybe August 8th or something
August
like that.
8th?
Yeah. But it didn't have the same, like, rhyme scheme.
No, it didn't really rhyme.
What rhymes with August?
You remember the 8th day of August?
Of August?
Yeah, it would have been a flop.
You remember, I guess?
Yeah, you remember? Yeah. Well, I want to show everyone a clip. Here's a look at Questlove's brand new Earth, Wind & Fire documentary. Take a look at this.
From my recollection, Shining Star started out as a jam, actually.
There was Al McKay playing that raised 9 chord. We just kind of took it from there, you know, and things started to grow. Additional keyboard lines.
Synthesizers.
The horns. Organs.
Bongos.
Questlove, everybody. Earth, Wind & Fire, To Be Celestial versus That's the Weight of the World is available June 7th on HBO Max. We're talking to Sue Bird after the break. Stick around, everybody.